Alright, this is a 2017 Toyota Sienna. We're going to be changing out the evaporator box, and first thing first, what you have to do is you have to take off this top trim. It's held in with like 15 clips, so all you want to do is pull up and just yank it out. Moving on to the driver's side, what you want to do next is you want to remove this plastic from the cluster. It's also held on with clips just like this one, so what you want to do is put your hand behind and carefully yank. Just make sure you don't break nothing. After removing this off, what you want to go is you're going to put your pry tool somewhere and you just want to pry off. You're going to take this piece off, store it somewhere safe, and then next you're gonna go and do the same thing with this little trim. Actually, this whole piece. So it's supposed to come off with clips as well. There you go. And let's remove all these wires next. Next, what you want to do is you want to go underneath the steering wheel and you're going to move this plastic piece. It should be held in with plastic all around except for here where there's a 10. You want to remove the 10. And after that, you're just gonna disconnect these two cables and this one. Now you want to go ahead and take this panel off and the panel for the radio. So same thing like before, it's all going to be held in with clips. Top one has 13, the bottom has like 18 clips. So gently start prying like this. I see a screw up there. Let me see. Oh no, it just comes right off. Alright, let me take this off. And for the knob, I think it's just twist off. Yeah. After you snapped all this off, what you want to do next is you want to start up the car. Put it in neutral. Shut it off and press the e-brake. After you put it in neutral, you want to slowly sneak this out, and there's just two connectors in the back. This big unit is held in with just these two connectors. So you remove the battery back inside. Let's take out this piece. This is just clips, and for this there's a 10 right here, and then you just pull this off. Now we're gonna move on to removing the glove box. Once you drop this down, there's a few 8s, one on this side, one on this side, and then there's 2 at the bottom as well. After you remove that, the whole glove box comes out. So just yank on it. There's 2 10s at the bottom and 2 8s up on top, and once you yank on it, the whole piece comes out. So now you can actually start seeing the box. Moving straight back, what you want to do is you're gonna remove this way you can get the cover out, and then we're gonna start taking out the center console. Use a special pry tool, get behind and just pull up. Alright, and then this should just come right out. Let's do it to the other side as well. With your pry tool, you want to gently pull this back so you can push all this out. Now we're gonna start removing this piece. There's 2 10s in here which you need to remove, and then this piece comes off, and then this piece should come. Alright, now what you want to do is open this up, open up the glove box, and then let's remove this trim. Same thing, clips, be careful, and gently just pull it off. This way now you can take off this glove box. After all that is removed, what you want to do is you want to come over here, you want to take the start and stop button out as well. So same thing, just gently pry it and this should just come out. After removing this bracket, there's like 2/8. You remove this bracket out, and then what I did was I took out the radio. There's like 4 10s, 2 on top and then 2 at the bottom. Take all these wire harnesses off, and then let's take out the shifter now. Everything from this area, I went ahead and just took out the cluster as well. There is 2/8 on top or Phillips, so just sneak it out, and there's 2 cables. Just disconnect those, and then next let's take out these A-pillars on both sides. And I think we should start, actually no, we have to take out the airbag and then we can slowly take off the plastic piece on top. After removing that connector, removing those 2 12, 1 10 over here, and there's a 10 on this side as well right here. We're gonna remove that, but first let's take off this cover. Let's remove the speaker and take off the connector on both sides. After removing this speaker, there's a 10 on this side, there's a 10 over here that you gotta remove, and after all those are removed, it should be loose like this. It should be loose all the way around. So now what you want to do is you want to gently lift from there, pivot this, and just like take it out. Take the top plastic piece. Now the whole cover has been removed. It made it a little easier once I took out those 2 steering wheel. There were nuts. There were 2 12 nuts over here. Once I took those out, the whole thing just dropped, and then I was able to lift it up and sneak it. That's it right there. And this is what it looks like. So from the engine bay, what you want to do is you want to take off, first you want to take off the two arms for the wipers, and then you want to take off this cowl, and then you want to go in here, and there's 1 10 over here and this 10 over here. You want to remove that. After taking out that 1 10, that 10, I went ahead and just took the whole piece off with the window motor and this piece. It's just held with a bunch of 10s, and then you go at the bottom, you take off those 2 heater hoses and 1 10 for the AC line. To the passenger side, what I did, I took out all the wires that are connected to the side of the car, and I took out these 2 12s, and you want to take out 1 10 over here and then 4 over here. 1 2 3 4, and then we're gonna go ahead and take this out so we can remove. What you want to do is you want to move the steering wheel like half a turn to the left side, and then you want to go in the back. There is, on the steering shaft, there is 1 12 that you have to remove from here. Then mark it and take the steering wheel shaft off. Underneath the steering wheel, after removing that 1 12 mil, what you want to do is you want to take out all these connectors, and you want to also take out this one, this big one, and there is a 15 mil bolt right here that you want to remove. And then now it should be loose. I'm gonna try to lift it, see if I can bring it up a little bit. After moving the whole frame up, this piece is now loose. Now you can, I'm gonna take this piece off, this little box, and then I'm just gonna slide the whole evaporator casing out like this. So out here, I was able to sneak it off from right here. As you can see, I just put that there and put the wires up and just slowly dragged it out. Now we can start opening it up and changing the evaporator. After removing off this top cover, and then you can just split this casing in half. There's a few Phillips around there, and then right there is the evaporator. So take it out, replace it with the new one, and then put everything back in reverse order, and that should be it. You see all that green?